This is your weekly moment of growth. Buddha said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." If you guys have been listening to this podcast since the beginning, you know there's a running theme of self-love during this show. That's because it is the biggest key to unlock any door of any goal, dream, aspiration, or anything you're trying to chase on this planet. So as I've been on this journey of self-love and discovery and how do I wake up happy every single morning, once I finally attained that self-love, I realized so many different things began to unfold, right? So number one, life became simpler. I stopped sweating the small stuff, right? And so it just becomes simpler from the idea that if you love yourself, you're happier in that moment, even when things are falling apart around you, whether that's a relationship or a job, or you lost a client, whatever the case may be, life just becomes simpler. There's less pain in the air. You stop allowing others' thoughts, feelings, actions, judgments towards you. You stop letting them affect you, right? Like you don't allow those little things to bother your day-to-day action, and you stop dragging yourself down. Another thing that I really started to benefit from discovering self-love is I stopped self-sabotaging, because I feel like I deserve the wins that I'm receiving in my life. I feel the financial rewards and the friendships and the relationships that I've garnered over this time doing this podcast, right? So I stopped self-sabotaging the little things, and therefore there were greater reward on the back end. Now, there's a couple things that I started to do every single day to ensure that I continue to love myself. And I want to share them with you so you guys are able to start putting these things into practice to help you achieve this easy, happy lifestyle that I've really began to form for myself. So number one, I prioritize self-care. I must take care of myself first. And when I began to do that, meaning I would tell people no, or hey, I'm going to be a little late, I would start to prioritize the things that are important to me first, whether that's exercise or eating better or just relaxing and taking a minute to breathe and meditate. When I started to practice that, a huge weight started to lift off of me. Number two, I became present in every single moment. When you stop worrying about what's next and you start to worry about what's happening right now, your relationships grow, your relationship with yourself starts to grow, FOMO starts to disappear, and these are things that all help with self-love. And number three, along with my gratitude practices in the morning, I started to ask myself, what would my friends write down in the morning if they said they were grateful for me? What do I bring to the table that empowers them, makes them happy, whether that's a bad joke that I tell or whatever? I started to list things that other people would say they're grateful for me for. And it began the process of me being able to kind of look at myself and start to reflect on the ideas of, I do bring value to others, therefore I should love myself. When you have negative self-talk and you don't realize your strengths, you're going to bury yourself. But the second you start to realize your strengths and speak them and write them down, self-love will automatically begin to grow in each and every single one of you. I appreciate you guys taking the last 3.5 minutes with me. This was a lot of fun. I'll see you next week.